right, joining us for our final conversation this morning, we have the crew here from Peak Outsourcing to talk about their new hiring initiatives. To my left, we have Talent Acquisition Specialist 2, Nigel Cetina. Good morning.
Good morning.
And next to him, we have Mr. Orson Picard. He is the manager at the HCBP of Peak Outsourcing. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having us.
And next to him, you have Naeem Polanco, who is also a talent acquisition specialist at Peak Outsourcing. Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Okay, what is Peak? Sell it.
Good one. All right, so it's exciting times for us here at Peak Outsourcing Belize. Well, actually globally, we are a global company. So we have additional spaces and branches in the Philippines, Makati and Dumaguete.
Wow.
So this year we're celebrating our 13th anniversary as a company. And so we had celebrations in Dumaguete, in Makati, also in Belize here. We had our Coachella anniversary over at Old Belize. This was in September. And so we invited the entire staff out. It was Coachella style. Our CEO, Chuck, was here. Everybody from management in Belize was there, and the employees, and we had some awesome giveaways. We had fun. Obviously, we took pictures as well.
Yeah.
But to Peak started in 2011 as Pinoy Partners Outsourcing Incorporated. This was in Makati. Over the years, what we did is that we started to get new spaces in Makati and Dumaguete. So we were at staff count of 16, and then it went up to 88. In 2021, we acquired additional spaces in Makati. As of now, as a global company, there are over 1,000 of us globally. And so we made landfall in Belize to say in 2022, and since then we've just been pounding the ground and making sure that we provide stable employment, gainful employment for residents of Belize City, and as far as the outer districts, if they can actually make it on time to do the coverage here.
Correct.
Why should I go work at Peak Outsourcing?
Definitely for what I said, it's stable employment, and we also offer upward mobility. It's a real thing at our company. Many companies use that as a selling point, but it's not really true because they're so big and established already. Because we are continually expanding in Belize, we offer non-agent positions as well. So I can tell you this. So I started off as the senior talent acquisition person over at Peak. Currently, I have transitioned from that role to the HR manager, or what we call human capital business partner manager. Currently, Nigel is in a transitionary stage as well to move into the senior talent acquisition position. Naeem is in a transitionary stage to move into Nigel's position. And so upward mobility is a real thing over at Peak.
I appreciate that. And so let's get Nigel Zetina into the conversation as a talent acquisition specialist. This one I like that.
It's a very fancy name.
Yeah.
Specialist.
So in your field, what is it that you all look for in terms of the talents that you must have and bring to the table?
Well, as you know, when it comes to the call center, it's a lot of call centers in Belize, right?
Yeah.
So we try to look for something different within our candidates. We look for people that want to move up within the call center and not just stay as an agent. And that really motivates them to put in the work. For me personally, what I look for people that are dedicated, that want to come in every day, not just look at call center as a job, but as a career, because that's basically what I want, and that's what I wanted for myself when I just started. I didn't want to just stay as an agent. I wanted to move up, and that's what I was offered at Peak.
You started as an agent?
At Peak, no, I didn't start as an agent. I started as talent acquisition specialist number 2, and then I worked my way up to senior talent acquisition.
What does it mean for you to be in an administrative role when you think about the fact that others, there's a lot of people saying, oh, there's no upward mobility in call centers?
Well, when it comes to this year, I show people when they come into my office, we do the interviews, I give them examples of how upward mobility looks like in our company. I use myself as an example, Mr. Orson, Naeem, and other agents that has moved up from just that position into something bigger. And all of them are very interested and they want to get on board when they hear those stories from us.
What do I need to have in order, what skills are you looking for? Yes.
Basically, first of all, to get hired at Peak, you need to provide us with an updated resume or CV, your social security, copy of that. You also need to provide us 2 recommendations, proof of banking account, for example, for us to be able to provide you, give you your salary. Yes. And of course, a clean police record. The skills that we're looking at for the current accounts is basically at least a high school diploma, have at least 1 year of sales. In this case, it will be reservations. And of course, have that great customer service and sales drive to be able to attend to our customers' needs.
For you, not only what drew you to Peak, but what made you stay?
Just like Nigel mentioned, upward mobility. For me, it's all about growing in the BPO sector, learning more. And basically, that's it, growing as a person.
Now, Mr. Picard, Peak Outsourcing, what's your philosophy on being an integral part of the community in terms of ensuring that you're not only hiring, but you're adding value to those within the company and the communities that they come from?
We have several CSR initiatives that we have started to implement. One of them came earlier this year when we actually signed the MOU for job placement with the Belize City Council. This is for all city residents, whereby they whereby they provide us with referrals, and then we do our due diligence and screen those potential candidates for job placements. Apart from that, we are a part of most of their initiative going into the end of the 4th quarter right now. So there is the Christmas tree lighting. There are several initiatives that's going to be held in public spaces over this weekend. There was supposed to be the super sale that got postponed due to inclement weather. And so we are still set to be a part of that once the new date has been secured. Apart from that, we're making sure that you had NCFC on just now. I know a couple of weeks ago you had the National Women's Commission.
Yes.
These are different non-governmental organizations that we have partnered with a few months ago to ensure that we can assist them with executing their mandate, but also making sure that on Peak's part that there is that corporate social responsibility, and we also make sure we use that platform for branding visibility as well. So we have to be honest about that. We want branding visibility, but at the very same time we want to make sure that we're authentic in terms of wanting to assist our NGOs with executing their mandate. So we have Ellen Borland, who recently joined us. She is our engagement specialist. She will be reaching out and touching base for a second touch base with the 13 NGOs that we have initially reached out to already, just to make sure that she provides a new introduction, and then so she and Nigel can take over those initiatives as I continue to transition, but still provide some oversight. So we are making sure that the roots of Peak are being embedded in the community first.
I love that, and I love that you collaborated with NGOs. And just kind of to piggyback on other current initiatives that you all are doing for hiring employees, do you all do scouting? The University of Belize just graduated, what, over 500?
No, close to 900.
No, close to 900, graduates. Is there any opportunities where you all are looking at particular persons after they've graduated from college, from high school, so that they could come and work with you?
Very interesting point. Thank you for bringing that up, because now then I can make this announcement to all of the secondary and tertiary level institution heads that I have reached out to in the past. Peak has a memorandum of understanding that we want to sign with all secondary institutions and all tertiary level institutions. So from the University of Belize, Dr. Vincent Palacio, sir, I'm going to be sending you a follow-up email as well. All right. And this is for job placement, and not only job placement, but also offering students micro-credentials. Oftentimes when you graduate from secondary school, you have no job experience.
Right.
Right? So with Peak, what we're going to be doing through Peak University is offer training, competency-built training. So digital literacy, we're talking about knowing different CRM platforms, we're talking about communication, effective communication. And so all of these and others will be added to their then resume for micro-credentials. And the school of thought with that is that, well, we're training you. There's not a problem if you, at the time, do not get hired with us, or you probably choose to go somewhere else. But chances are that you will want to stay, because we would have shown you what our culture is like over at Peak, and you can get gainful employment being that you have already been through the training.
Why is Peak Outsourcing a good place of employment for someone with a bachelor's degree, per se?
Because the money is really good.
And does your degree hold any weight in terms of upward
in some
mobility?
non-agent positions, yes, it does. Right? So I can tell you that I wouldn't have gravitated towards the BPO sector. Use me as living proof. I wouldn't have gravitated towards the BPO sector if there wasn't a career path and if it didn't pay good. One thing that I oftentimes tell people, part of the reason why I'm over at Peak is because I will never compromise my mental health for any job, any at all. If I have to go to work and stress over a job, then I do not need to be there. Over at Peak, my mental health is safe because we are given our terms of reference, we execute, nobody has to be micromanaging us any at all, and we make sure that that is translatable across the company. And how does that become translatable? From the beginning, you have to set the expectations. If you do not set the expectations, then people are allowed to run rampant. So you set the expectations, reinforcements, and follow-ups. And then that way, you do not have anybody who has to say, oh, I have to go to work again today. Z-Geners, Y-Geners, there's a different way to communicate with them. And so you have to be able to know to give them that wiggle room so that they can still operate, have activities, fun engagement at work, so that they want to suit up every day and show up. So the company has to be proactive in that part.
So Mr. Zatina is not a place where dreams go to die,
no.
Some would say.
No. When it comes to this here, everybody has that opportunity with Peak Outsourcing. I never thought, and I'm going to be honest, I never thought that I was going to work at a call center in my life. I've been to two so far. Peak would be my third. And from what I've experienced, Peak is completely different from the rest. The culture is nice. Everyone is welcoming. We treat everyone like a family at Peak Outsourcing. And that is one thing that I sell to applicants when they come in. I let them know how the culture is, how engaging we are. We're not just, okay, you come to work, you do your shift, and you leave. We have different activities here that keeps the agents engaged, not just being at a cubicle all day. So it's a very good environment that we have created there at Peak. Welcoming, fun, and the list goes on.
I know that you've been listing all of your recent current hiring initiatives, but you also have an open house that is coming up this week.
Yes.
Talk to us about that and what perhaps new employees can be looking forward to.
I can definitely share a bit and then have Naeem and Nigel jump in on this. So this particular line of business that we are currently hiring for, we're looking for, the positions are 40.
40?
So, yes, 40. Yeah. So over the last 2 weeks, we've been getting a lot of traction, right? And I guess it's because of the weather, while the traction has died down a bit, hence the reason our appearance here. This is part of our marketing strategy. And so what we are doing is to urge individuals who are interested to reach out to us via email or phone call. It's recruitbelize@peakoutsourcing.com, and we're hiring for 40. It's for reservation specialists. So if you have done a reservation campaign before, I can name some, but I will leave that alone. But if you have done a reservation campaign, and or maybe you have worked in the tourism sector, all right, you are eligible. You need to only have 1 year of experience. In terms of the competencies, let me just say this as well. I guess we can bust this bubble here or share this. This particular campaign pays $10 an hour. All right.
Here with the
yeah. So you work for 5 days and you get your 2 days off. That is contingent or predicated on what your schedule will be. But Naeem can talk to you a bit about the other competencies.
Yes.
And just to further what Mr. Orson mentioned, he mentioned $10, but that's not including bonuses and commission that you'll earn. So this campaign particular pays a lot for those who have that sales drive. Wow. So for this particular campaign, as part of what Mr. Orson was saying, is we're looking for the basic high school diploma that the person have. We also look for at least a year in sales experience, particularly in reservation. And then again, the that sales drive and customer service. And the hiring process at Peak Outsourcing is very fast. Within an hour, you get hired. So it's a very easy process and fast.
Are these shifts regular 8-hour shifts? How many hours do you work?
Well, it is 8 hours. The coverage for this specific one is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday to Sunday. With that, if you work on the weekends, your days off will more than likely fall within the week. And then once you've completed training, that's when you get your official shift. And then from there, you know what time you will need to come in, and it's 8 hours a day.
That's what I was going to ask, because sometimes with these particular positions, you are required to have a little bit of skills, right? Even though you come with a high school diploma, you still have to be able to enunciate and eloquently speak, and all of these different ways that you have to communicate with persons. How long is the basic training?
For us, the basic training is for 2 weeks.
Okay.
That is basically our product training, where we deep dive what basically the campaign is about and what you will be doing on that campaign. So it's a very extensive training, a lot of information, and it moves pretty quickly.
Is this temporary, or is this a full-time job opportunity?
This is full-time. Everything that we offer is full-time over at Peak Outsourcing. And to Nigel's point, while it is you work 8 hours a day and you get 5 days a week and you get 2 days off, there is a lot more that actually goes into that training as well, because once it is that you are in the what we call the product knowledge training, which deep dives into the specific campaign, normally we would request that you come in 3 days prior to that, and this is for foundation training. So this is just to brush up your skills on customer service and or sales and the different competencies that you would have to need to move forward in the product knowledge training, which would normally happen 4 to 2 weeks, the week after that.
Wow. Well, gentlemen, as we wrap up our segment this morning, I'm going to give you one more opportunity to look into the camera there and to ask persons to join your team.
As well, I don't think we even got to hear when and where.
The open house?
The open house.
Yeah, that's why. So,
Yeah,
opportunities.
All right, great. So our open house is this Wednesday and Thursday. It's from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. At Peak Outsourcing on Coney Drive, Belize City. It's 259 Coney Drive in Belize City. It's right next to the health facility, Northern Health.
It's actually next to us too. A little bit more up.
Right next to the health facility, across from the Whitfield Tower. We are going to be having refreshments and of course finger food. As Nigel had said, the process is very quick. You can be in and out within an hour and have a job. $10 an hour right now.
And that doesn't include bonuses. So we welcome anybody who has that experience that we're looking at, the 1 year sales experience in reservation. We welcome also people in the tourism industry who have done reservations before. If you have a high school diploma and if you have that sales drive and customer service, we're here ready to hire you.
Yeah, so just come along. We want you to join the family. Quick and easy process. Get in, get out. You know that you have your job right away.
Wonderful.
Somebody just asked me to ask about part-time opportunities. Does that exist over there at Peak, or are you primarily looking for full-time employees?
Currently, it's something that we would be open to explore, but our current hiring needs is strictly for full-time right now.
That makes sense.
As we have any updates, we'll come back on the show.
Yeah,
Thank you, gentlemen. Excellent, excellent. All right, we are going to take a final break, and we'll be back straight to wrap things up. Don't go away.